What up, YouTube? G4Liddy here once again, back with another video for you guys, and today's topic will be on an updated view I've had, and it's basically on dating someone who has either been married and divorced, or they have kids, or both. The first time I covered this, I was a teenager, you know. I was a teen. It had to be early 20s. I was either about maybe 18, 19, 20 at the latest, and my views was I wouldn't date somebody who had kids. And it's been quite a long time. I want to say it's been about 7 years. And has my views on this changed? Do I feel like it's easy to date somebody who has been married and divorced, or had kids with somebody, or both? And my answer is no, not really. You know, I mean, I'd say I'm more open to the idea. You know, if I was single, I'd be more open to the idea of it. But would that be my first choice? No, not at all. You know, it's still just as inconvenient back then as it is now. In fact, it might be fucking worse. You know, I have examples of this. There was this one chick I was talking to. We was real cool back in, you know, my 8th grade, and we was cool in high school and stuff like that. You know, we flirted here back and forth, but it was never anything major. And we always talked about dating, you know, at some point or another. We always talked about it. It was always a discussion, you know, but it never happened. It never happened. It fell through. She ended up getting married. She ended up having kids, you know, 2 kids or whatever and things like that. She went on about her life. I went on about my life. Years passed and things like that, you know, and we hadn't seen each other in like a decade, maybe. I want to say it was about a decade, and I was excited to see her. I remember at that time I was excited to see her. I thought things was going to be real cool, connecting with her. You know, I guess we could say it was a date. You know, we was just going to go and get dinner and shit like that. And like I said, we hadn't seen each other in a decade. And she was divorced. And I kid you not, this whole time we hung out. She hadn't seen me in a decade. She talked about her ex-husband the whole fucking time. You know, she kept saying she's so over him. Yet she talked about him the whole time. The whole time. I'm not going to put her name out there, and I'm not going to put his name out there, but she just kept mentioning him over and over. Like, she didn't talk about the fact that, hey, it's nice to see you again after a decade. She ain't mentioned, like, hey, it's good to reconnect. In fact, we didn't reconnect. She just talked about him this entire time. She's saying how she's so over him. And I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, you know, but don't seem like you over a motherfucker when you on a date talking about him the entire time. You know, so that was the first thing. And I remember also, even on Facebook, I tried to add her on Facebook. She wouldn't add me, but she would add her ex-husband that she had so much animosity towards. She hates him. He did this to her. He cheated on her. He made her feel this way. But he's over here dropping hearts on her pictures and shit. And she accepting him, but she won't accept me. And it was at that point where I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. You know, I remember that feeling. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. You not over this nigga. You not over this nigga. And that just proved the point that no matter how long it's been, a woman will always want the father of their kids. She will always rather have her family together than go outside and have another entity involved. That's just it. If it's salvageable, if it's at that point where it's salvageable, where he's single and she's single, don't get involved. Don't waste your fucking time. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. If they both single, she gonna it's gonna be some bullshit. I promise you, it's going to be some bullshit. She is going to waste your time. Don't do it. If it's still salvageable. Something else I remember about that situation dealing with her too was, you know, I wasn't allowed to be with anyone else, you know, while I was talking to her. And she wanted, basically what she wanted was, she wanted a guy that was open and completely available and fawning all over her, while she, while she out here figuring out how she feel about her ex-husband, being on, you know, being Facebook friends and always talking about him and seeing what's going on with him and entertaining him. So she wants you to be completely open and available, you know, wanting her. But she wants to have the opportunity to figure out if she want you, or figure out if you want to figure out that situation. And it's kind of like, you know what, fuck that shit. He swore up and down how done she was with him. He hurt her so bad. He was taking her to court, this, that, and the third. But why you got this nigga name in your mouth every other sentence? Like, how you out with another guy and all you want to talk about is this guy? Like, clearly you not over him. Clearly you not over him. And like I said, that gave me the feelings I had, you know, when I was a teenager. It reminded me of why I don't do it. Why it's not my first choice and never would be my first choice, because they always going to be stuck on that dude. No matter how much they claim they over him. Never really are. You know, never really are. And I remember, you know, Thotimus Prime, you know, I'm not gonna say her name again, but y'all remember her too, when she told me I had nothing to worry about when it came to her baby daddy, and she was living with the nigga. You know, I found out later she was living with him, but I had nothing to worry about. And when she was living with him, so it was just kind of like, whenever somebody, like when they say they over him or they don't have to worry, you have to worry. Like I said, don't fall for this shit. Don't fall for it. If you feel yourself about to fall into that trap, cut your losses and move the fuck on. So that was my view back then. I had an experience. In my adult age that reminded me of that feeling of why I don't too. So it haven't changed much. But I will say I'm just more open-minded to it. If the nigga dead, sure. If he's in prison locked up, sure. I give it. But if he's single on your Facebook, or y'all gotta see each other all the time, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that shit. But anyways, I'm about to get out of here. You guys can hit me down in the comments down below. Tell me your thoughts on it. G Foley here signing off, and thank you guys for watching.